There's a book on your shelf you've never opened. Not just any book, that one. The one that was going to fix it. You remember the day you bought it. You remember the feeling. That strange relief at the register, like the problem was already half solved just because it was in your hand. It arrived. You read the jacket, maybe the first few pages. Then it went on the shelf, and it stayed there. Now there's a thin film of dust across the top. You walk past it every day. You know exactly what's inside. You even know why you should read it. And you don't. You didn't buy the book. You bought the feeling of already knowing what was in it. And here's the part nobody tells you. You do this. Everyone does. And everyone thinks they know why. No discipline, no time, laziness. We keep a whole shelf of excuses as neatly arranged as the bookshelf itself. But none of them explain the stranger case. Because the problem isn't the book you didn't read. The problem is everything you've already understood, completely, clearly, without a shred of doubt, and still don't do. You've heard it running inside you. You know the sound it makes. And here you are anyway. You know that conversation needs to happen. You understand exactly why you avoid it. You could explain the mechanics of your own stalling better than any therapist. And then you don't have the conversation. The knowledge is all there, complete, and it turns into nothing. Someone noticed this 2,300 years ago. Aristotle had a name for that gap between knowing and doing. He called it Akrasia. It usually gets translated as weakness of will, but that misses it. It isn't about a weak will. It's about a kind of knowledge that's present in your head and still isn't running. He drew a distinction that changes everything. There's knowing something. And there's using that knowledge in the exact moment it would matter. Not the same thing. His example, you know you shouldn't eat that. You have the knowledge. But in the moment, the knowledge is, in his words, like the knowledge of someone asleep or drunk or reciting a line of verse without thinking about what it means. It's there, present, inert. Aristotle didn't have a self-help aisle to point at. We do. Rows of people who can recite exactly what they should do in order on command. Asleep the whole time. That's the cruel detail. You've proven this to yourself, alone, dozens of times. You've had the insight. That moment of total clarity about one of your own patterns. Maybe in a video like this one. You felt the click. And the next day, the pattern was untouched. Aristotle would say, you never had the knowledge in the way that counts. You had the sentence, you had the feeling of understanding, but in the minute of action, it was asleep. And this is where he stopped. Aristotle assumed the knowledge had gone inert, dormant, waiting. He didn't see the worst possibility. That understanding isn't the step before action that failed. Understanding is itself an action. One disguised as preparation. Because we assume understanding is neutral, that it sits there quietly until you decide to act. A resource on standby. It isn't. Understanding does something active. It satisfies. Think about what happens in your body when you finally understand why you do something. That pattern that gnawed at you for years, and suddenly, clarity. It makes sense. It has a name. A clean explanation, and the body relaxes. Resolution, relief, a small weight lifting off your shoulders. Here's the problem. That tension leaving your shoulders was the fuel. The discomfort of this is wrong and I need to do something. That's what pushes the body toward action, before any decision. It isn't reason that moves you. It's the mark the problem leaves on the body. And the body doesn't speak Latin. It can't tell the difference between solving the thing and understanding the thing. Both switch off the same alarm. So understanding dissolves the tension, and with it, the fuel. You trade the discomfort of not acting for the satisfaction of understanding why you don't. Insight isn't the first step toward change. Often, it's the substitute for it. You feel like you did something. Your brain logs progress. The account settles. And nothing happened in the world. That's why the person most lucid about their own patterns is, strangely often, the one who changes least. Not despite the lucidity, because of it. Clarity became the prize. It no longer needs the action. It's already been paid. About 2,000 years after Aristotle, a man named William James looked at the same gap from underneath, at the mechanics. James noticed something almost silly about how we get out of bed on a cold morning. You know you have to get up. You lie there. You know it again. You keep lying there. And then, at some point, no drama, no heroic decision, you're already standing, before you decided. His conclusion was strange. The will doesn't move the body the way we think. There's no wanting muscle you clench hard enough to beat the inertia. What moves action is the idea of it filling the mind with nothing competing. And what competes? The thought about the action, the analysis, the deliberation. Lying there thinking about getting up is, mechanically, what keeps you lying there. You know this cold. The friend who has read every book on leaving the wrong relationship, can name the attachment style, can diagram it on a napkin, and is still in it. The clarity never competed with staying. It replaced leaving. And there's a cost to each one that the mind counts before you ever notice. Understanding costs nothing. It arrives, it clicks, it's done. Action costs friction, energy, and the nerve to move without a guarantee. One is cheap, the other is expensive. Your brain is an energy-saving machine. Offered the same sense of progress for a fraction of the cost, it takes the cheap one. Every time. Not because you're weak, because it's working exactly as it was built to. So James forces you to flip the question inside out. The question was never, why don't you act? You act, constantly. The question is, what is acting in your place? What idea is winning, with no resistance at all, every time you sit down to understand instead of do? You want the answer. It's happening this very minute. This video. For the last 7 minutes, you've understood something. You felt it once or twice, that click. That's it. That's exactly what I do. Maybe you even thought of someone you'd send this to. I'm not saying that to catch you. I felt it writing it. Notice what just happened in your body. That satisfaction. That now I understand why I don't change. That feeling, the one you're having right now, is the mechanism. Not the description of it, the thing itself, running. You just traded the action that was waiting for you out there for the clean understanding of why you avoid it. And you'll close this video feeling like you did something. The account already settled. Tomorrow, the pattern will be untouched, and you'll understand why, with even more clarity than today. I'm not outside this. Every one of these insights, organized, precise, filmed, and the book on my shelf is still closed. The book is still on the shelf. The dust is still there. You still walk past it every day. And now you understand, with a new precision, exactly why you never opened it. That changes nothing, but it feels very good. If you made it this far, you're the kind who follows things to the end, who likes to close the loop. Just notice that this, making it to the end, understanding all of it, is also one of those things that feels like doing something. Good night.